أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Welcome. We're about to explore a really profound idea, the nature of life itself, not as something we have, but as something we are constantly and beautifully receiving.
So let's start with this question right here. Really sit with it for a moment. It kind of challenges our most basic assumption, doesn't it? The idea that our existence is our own. But what if? What if every single breath, every heartbeat, is just an echo of a life that's being loaned to us, moment by precious moment?
To even begin to understand this, we have to go right to the source. We're going to look beyond the simple biological definition of life and touch on a reality that's infinite, that's radiant, and is the very foundation of, well, everything.
The Quran gives us this incredible window into this reality through two of the most powerful divine names, Al-Hayy and Al-Qayyum. And with these, we're shown that life isn't some fragile, fleeting process. No, it's the ever-living source itself, the one who holds everything else up, the one through whom everything else even exists.
And this verse, this just lays it all out. It's the core principle. Think about it. From the silent turning of a galaxy light years away to the gentle tremble of a single leaf outside your window, everything is being held up by this one singular, living reality. It's the ultimate declaration that nothing and no one stands on its own.
Okay, so that's the big cosmic picture. But what does that really have to do with us? How does this grand reality connect to our own, very personal, very intimate sense of being alive right here, right now?
This shift right here is so powerful. On the surface, it seems like such a tiny change in wording, doesn't it? But spiritually, it's a universe of difference. To go from the illusion of, I am alive, which is really the ego claiming ownership, to the humbling reality of, life is being given to me, well, that's the beginning of everything. It's the start of gratitude, of humility, of true spiritual seeing.
And this verse takes that idea of being given life even deeper. This withness, it's not about sharing a physical location. It's about a constant, active, sustaining nearness. The very same power that brought you into existence this very moment is the power that is upholding you in the next. It's a completely unbroken connection. So, what happens when this awareness really truly starts to sink into your heart? Well, the world around you and the world inside you begins to transform. Or maybe it's more accurate to say our perception of it completely changes. The Quran has this beautiful term for everything in creation, Hayat, or signs. And when you see through this lens, a tree is no longer just a tree. It becomes a sign of the giver of life. Your own breath stops being just a bodily function. It becomes a sign of the sustainer. The whole world stops being a collection of random objects and transforms into a living, breathing book of revelations. And right here, this is a divine promise. This isn't just some nice poetry. It's an experience that is available to us. That sustaining nearness we just talked about, it can actually become visible. It can be witnessed, turning our ordinary sight into a kind of sacred seeing. So this brings up a really important question, right? If the world is a book of signs, how do we become literate? How do we learn to actually read them? Well, the Sufi path points to one core central practice that prepares the heart for this very thing.
And that practice is dhikr, or remembrance. Now, what's so key to understand is that we aren't remembering in order to inform God of anything. He's not the one who forgets. We are remembering to awaken ourselves. It's like polishing a mirror. The reality, the reflection, is already there. Dhikr just clears away all the dust of our own forgetfulness so that we can finally see what's been there all along.
This verse isn't just a command. It's really an invitation into a state of being, a state of gentle, constant awareness, where the heart is always just slightly turned towards its source, listening for that subtle, beautiful current that runs beneath all the noise of our daily lives.
And this is the promised result. Why do hearts find rest here? Because in remembrance, the heart finally aligns with its true nature. It stops struggling for an independence it never actually had, and it just settles into the profound peace of being sustained. It finds its home.
And this beautiful image from Rumi just captures it all perfectly. The music, you see, it doesn't come from the reed itself. It comes from the breath of the musician, passing through it. That hollowing out, that's the surrender of the ego's claim that I am the one doing things. Only by becoming empty of I can that divine breath make its beautiful music through us. All right, let's bring all of this home now. We've journeyed from this huge cosmic principle all the way down to a very intimate practice of the heart. So, what does it actually look like to walk through the world with this kind of awakened awareness?
You know, the true sign of spiritual maturity isn't about speaking in complex, metaphysical terms. It's the simple, beautiful emergence of these qualities. When you truly know that your life and the life of everyone around you is an entrusted gift, you can't help but walk more gently. You naturally start to act with more mercy, and you live in a state of deep, deep gratitude.
And this is maybe the most stunning declaration of intimacy in the entire Quran. It's a nearness that isn't somewhere out there. It's closer than our own lifeblood, closer than the very pulse that signals our existence. The sustainer isn't distant at all. The only veil is our own forgetfulness.
And so we arrive at this incredible, freeing truth. We are not independent beings. We are sustained beings. Every single moment, we are held in existence by a life and a love that is closer than we can possibly imagine. And to realize this, well, it changes everything. It moves us from fear to trust, from anxiety to peace, and from taking to giving.
This exploration was compiled with gratitude by me, Mir Ali Shah, just a fellow seeker sharing through the Living the Wisdom of the Quran podcast. We ask for forgiveness and for acceptance for any errors, especially any AI-related mispronunciations in this presentation. And I pray, may we all be granted the grace to truly feel this sustaining nearness in our own hearts. And may this humble sharing be of benefit and be accepted. Thank you so much for listening.